Hey Flop. So the plague or Black Death of the 14th century has always kind of interested me because half of Europe died, which is obviously very detrimental and a great point in history, if I do say so myself. So I thought, why not make characters out of the different types of plagues? And that's exactly what I did, starting off with the septemic plague. Now, the septemic plague is transmitted over your blood, and most of the times you would get it from an infected flea biting you, and the flea bites, they would wreck your whole shit. Like, the bites would swell and eat away at your flesh, so very disgusting. And obviously, I gave the character a flea bite on her neck too. And fleas do drink blood. So I thought, why not make her a vampire? That makes so much sense. Like a plague vampire. I'm a genius. I know, I know. Now for this design, more than for any of the other ones, I actually depicted the symptoms of the plague, type, whatever. And the septemic plague would kind of the plague bacteria will multiply inside of your blood, which would cause internal bleeding and bleeding out of your mouth and your nose. And you can see the bleeding here, the purple spots on your body, and eventually it would lead to your tissue dying off, the flesh dying off, and you obviously die. So I added that into all the black spots. That's what that's supposed to be. Now, some sources I used said that the septemic plague came from East Asia over ship, water, and all that. So I kind of tried to make her look like she would be from that area. Did it work? No. I was very inconsequent with that, but who's gonna check me? Who's gonna check me? No one. You can't do anything. The overall design I think is pretty weak. It's not one of my best by far. I think it looks kind of bad. There's a lot going on, and at the same time there's nothing going on, and I wish I kind of incorporate a lot more modern elements into her design with the life support blood thing that runs to her hand, and the rest is kind of looking a little old, if you could say that. So I think that's a little weird. The shoes look bad too, and the hair is it was a good idea initially, but I don't really think it fits, and she just kind of looks a little too sickly. I don't really like that, but I added some funky lighting and some stuff on the border, and then I was done with this one. On to our next victim. It's the pneumonic plague. This is actually the only type of plague that can be transmitted via air and human touch, touching infected people. Although I'm not sure if that's true. Actually, I think you could get the bubonic plague by touching people who are infected too. But it mostly it travels over the air. If someone breathes out who has the pneumonic plague, you are very likely to get it yourself. And the pneumonic plague attacks the lung. Obviously it's clear why you would die from that. You can't breathe. It's pretty necessary to breathe if you want to live, actually. So I laid the focus mostly on the lungs. Obviously I gave him this mechanical mecha-esque external lungs to show this person cannot breathe, and symptoms are shortness of breath, not being able to breathe, fever, all that. So I gave them a little breathing mask. I don't know what, oxygen mask, maybe that's the name, maybe an oxygen mask. And this design, it's the best one, I believe. It's very cute, it's very coherent, everything looks like it's supposed to be there. And I tried to incorporate the shape of the lungs in the other aspects of the design, like the boots. I rounded everything off, and especially the cape. I think you can see that the wing thingies are the shape of a lung wing. I don't know if that's what. And for the colors, I kept it pretty simple, just black, and then obviously the accents of a little bit of yellow and teal or turquoise on the lungs. which looks very gorgeous and juicy. I also added some patterns on the cape. Not now, later. I think right now I'm running with the face. And little stripes on the boots and the coat or dress, whatever they're wearing underneath the cloak. A lot of different terms are being thrown around. I don't fully know. And the hat, it kind of reminds me of like a shepherd's head, or what I believe to be a shepherd's head. I actually don't know, but it's really cute. And I kind of didn't like the character looking too child-esque, because I thought that was a little weird. It is what it is. And here I'm doing the background with a little bit of yellow too, and then I was done with the drawing. Overall, I'm very satisfied with this one. As I said, it's my favorite one. They look like a little fairy, which is very cute. And the boots are bootsing. If I do say so myself, the boots are boots. And this is the first time I've drawn a character with like some kind of mask on, so that is absolutely gorgeous, great, and stunning. Now on to our last candidate for today, the bubonic plague, probably like the most well-known type of plague, and this is obviously the one that can be transmitted via rats. I do think that the bubonic plague is like one of the main reasons why rats have a very bad reputation for being like dirty, because they were very involved and they did spread the bubonic plague, which, you know what, rats kind of wronged humanity with that, but they're so cute. I don't know how you could hate rats. So for this one, I wanted to go for a older looking gentleman, which obviously did not work, just because like I think this is like, in my opinion, it's the oldest one. And this design is honestly very basic. I ended up just drawing like a plague doctor, but with the other plagues, I could incorporate the actual disease a bit better with like the dying off of the flesh and the lungs. But with the bubonic plague, the main symptom is these things called buboes. I'm not sure if I could pronounce that correctly, but they form around lymph nodes, which are attached to the lymphatic system, which is just an adaptive immune system that runs throughout your body. I really don't know what it does, but I think that it also has something to do with cancer. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure, but on these lymph nodes, I think the plague bacteria just kind of collects, and they build these things called buboes, which are little inflated, like almost like little stones underneath your skin. They look really disgusting, and it almost looks like, imagine a pimple, but like a crusty pimple, like with a rock ass rust over it. So obviously I did not want to show that because they look really disgusting. You can look them up if you want to, but I would not do it if I was you, because it was very disgusting. Like, researching for this was very hard. So instead of those, I gave them these like pearls or whatever, and I spaced them out to mimic the lymphatic system in the body and the areas where buboes most often occur. Now the overall design, obviously it's very basic. I really wanted to lean into the whole rat thing, so there's a cute little rat on his shoulder, and you know, I gave them rat ears and a rat tail, and overall just like plague doctor apparel, but a little more fashionable and cute. Here I am just doing the final touches, and then I was done. This one is not that creative, like it's not that innovative, but I think it gets the message across and it looks pretty nice, so I will not be complaining. And with that, we are done. I like the designs. I think I did the most I could, I wish my art style stayed a little more consistent, like the rendering and the faces. I don't, that's not what I want my art to look like. This is not my best work, so to say. But I think the designs came out pretty cute. The last two match a little better. Like the first one feels kind of out of place, but like I said, I tried my best. I really did. And to be honest, I think it's fine. They look pretty good together. So to the 3 people watching this, definitely let me know if you like these designs and if I should do more in the future. I need ideas, like my creativity is not infinite. And with that, I send you off on your way, traveler. Goodbye.